Hello everybody, let's get some work done. All right, where did I leave off? Yeah, that's right. So I have these buttons. Oh wait, hold on. I never rebuilt it after I did it. Hold on, let me rebuild real quick. There we go. Okay, so I have one button. And then this one button works. It's incrementing this counter here. But if I add a second button, so let's say I want to, okay, so this one will be increase, this one will be decrease, and let's put it right below. Okay, so now when I have two buttons, neither one of them works. The original one stops working, and then the new one doesn't work as well. So I think the reason that is because the way I'm doing the button is I have this static boolean to tell if the mouse is currently being clicked on the button, and then when you release the mouse, or it tells basically after, yeah, so I don't know, it tells if you release the mouse. I wasn't really thinking, I thought it would work. But I think what I can do instead is do something similar to how I'm doing the check if the key is only pressed once. Have this array of booleans here, so I'm going to make another array of booleans for the, I guess, mouse button tracking. And I don't need so many. So then instead of this, I can, so I'll replace that with state, yeah, mouse button tracking with the left mouse button. And then, so if that's the case, so if that's true, we want to set that back to false, and then here we'll set it to true. And then here and here we want to make sure we also set it to false. So let's see if that works. Uh-oh. That doesn't work either. Wait, what if I don't do that here and here? Oh, now it works. Okay, I'm gonna go with that for now. I don't know. Let me make a third button just to see. I'm not really following the logic there, but I don't really feel like trying to wrap my head around it at this moment either. So let's do a reset. And we'll put this, we'll just make it, just go back to 0, and we'll put this one right below the others. Okay, so increase works, decrease works, and reset works. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to mess it up if I ever need to do like a mouse clicked once function like I did with the key pressed, but we'll cross that bridge later. Okay, so what else did I want to do? What's on my to-do list? So that would be fix multiple buttons, done. Writing to files. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a slight optimization. It's not going to change too much, but whenever I render a button, I have to basically iterate through the text 3 times because I have to get the size of the box that the button goes there, that the text goes in, and then I need to render the text, so that's twice. But then when I draw the button, I need to know what color to make the quad before I send it into the function. So I need to know, the color doesn't matter, but I need to know if the mouse is in the realm of the quad. So I need to get the text size there as well. So I want to try to fix it so that I don't have to do it 3 times. I'm okay with twice. I'm not really okay with it, but I'm willing to live with it for now. But so anyway, let me see if I can I think I have an idea. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Because here I'm calculating the dimensions. So what if I make an alternative function here that takes in the dimensions, and it's like saying, hey, don't worry about calculating them yourself. I will provide you with that. So let me try this. So vector 2 quad dimensions. So I don't need to do that. I still want this and that, but not that. So then here I will say, oh, I need a comma. Quad dim. Okay, so does that compile before I get too carried away? It does. All right, so now when I'm rendering the button, I can use that one instead. So I can say dim here. Okay, does that work? Yeah, it works just the same. Cool. But I want to be able to add a border around the text, and I had an issue with that. I didn't really have an issue. I can do it, right? I have to change that here. All those places. Oh no, yeah. Well, I guess, yeah, it does mess it up because it puts the text off place. So let me see, what can I do? I think what I want to do instead is when I get the text dimensions, I also want to be able to provide the border. So like here, if I say 3, but I don't want to make a new function. So let me do this. Let me say, wait, border, wait, is it, I forgot how to spell border. It's B-O-A-R. I just totally forgot how to spell border right now. There, B-O-R-D-E-R, okay. At least that's how I've been spelling. So that's like a scale. That's a F32. Okay. So, but I'm going to set it to 0 by default. So then what I'm going to do, instead of returning the dim, I'm going to return a vector 2. That's the dim's x plus border. Actually, let me pre-cal. I'm going to do it now. Scale. Okay, so that should take care of that. So now down here where I'm doing the GUI button, so I really should just do this the proper way. So float right. I'll just say button border for now. All of this will be button border. All right. All right, it's kind of working, but now the text is offset here. So how do I fix that? How am I doing this here? Huh, why is that not working? What the heck? I'm gonna forget what that is. Okay, so I don't know why my button text is not centered. Let me see. When I provide the dimensions, I still get the border and the scale, and that's all well and good, right? 15, what is the text, the string? Yes, that's rendering the button. The amount is not 0, but then it's like too much for some reason. Oh, you know why? I know why. Yeah, so this has to be also by 2 because I want the border to be on both sides. There we go. And the mouse works all the way around. All right, cool. So I kind of overlapping them a little bit. But maybe 3 is a bit too big of a border. So let me set that back to... actually, you know, I should just take this in as a parameter. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, but then set the default to just be, I don't know, 2 maybe? What was that before? Yeah, that's good. All right. So I don't need these anymore. Which means I don't need this anymore. I don't think. Let me recompile that. Yeah, cool. And so now I can now use this one to pass in the border as well. But then, okay, so then this won't change. And I only need a mount here, so then I can get rid of that and that. Okay, let's see if that all still works. Yep, everything's still rendering beautifully. Cool, let's cross that off. Still a lot of optimization to be done, but it's good for now. Everything still compiles. All right, what else can I do? Yeah, let's try to tackle this writing to files. Let me before I do that, let me get the game going again. My game. Does that compile 9? Add text to buffer. Oh, it's add text to canvas now. Which means this all is now vector 2. Okay. That still works. Okay, so now press space to begin. Oh, the camera is all messed up because I need to uncomment that and comment that. Okay, I probably get rid of the buttons, but what I will do instead, yeah, I don't need the ZZZ anymore. Game mode intro. So here I can say if key pressed once, or GUI button game state of the position. Where did I have? For sure, save the position of those other buttons because those would look pretty good. But let's just try to find it again. 250, 250, that sounds about right. The text is, so let's put start. And then the scale, I don't know, 5. And then the button border, oh yeah, I can provide that now. Let's just stick with the default. All right, does that work? Oh. But then it's kind of dumb. You can use the mouse to start the game, but then you can't use the mouse to control it. I'll do that later. Not like this game is any serious. So what was I going to do? Oh yeah, so now I want to write to files so I can save the high score, because it is so hard to get a high score in this game. Okay, so let's pull up some documentation here. Bugs me that I can't just press enter. Opening a file. Oh yeah, I was looking at this before. This has all I need, I think. Yeah, so I create the file just like before, set up some different things, and write the file. I think that's it. Let me look at what I got up here. Oops, I'm in the wrong class. File, whatever. Okay, so I got this read file buffer. Let's make a static void write to file. And so I need a file name. Need the data that you're writing, and you probably need to tell it how much data you're writing. So I'll say data size. Okay, so this is pretty much the same as this. And you know what I just noticed? I completely forgot to be closing my file handle this whole time. All good now. Okay, so no, I don't forget that. Okay, so then this needs to change to generic right. Where'd it go? Oh, up here. Generic right, yeah. Right, file share red. They got 0 for that. I'm gonna put 0 for that as well. Right, 0 null, and then create new. Open existing. What's supposed to go there? Let me look at create file. That's not it. There we go. Okay, so we got create always, create new, creates a new file only if it does not already exist. If the file specifies this function fails, create always. Yeah, so I don't want it to fail. I want it to always create the file. I mean, for now, I mean, there's always room to improve this, but for now, just to write the high score, I mean, I'm just going to overwrite the file every time. So just always create the file. So I'm going to change this to be create always. And then file attribute normal 0. Okay, so now that I create the file, I got to write the file. So let me look up. Write file. Okay, so okay, so it takes the handle, returns a boolean 2. So Okay, I'm error checking up here. Oh, good for me. Okay, so now the error checking should be taken care of. I need to now provide the buffer, which is the actual data I'm writing, which is data. I need to provide number of bytes to write, get out of the way, which is data size. And then this is number of bytes written, a long pointer D word. I don't know if I really care. I think it's pretty much always going to write the number of bytes that I tell it to, but we'll see. So this is a, what, D word? D word, what is it? Bytes written. All right, so you need the address of that. And I think that's it. Or do not take 4. This is not it. Oh yeah, this overlap thing, which I believe is just 0. Cool. All right, so I think the next thing to do would be to test it. Let's do that here. Test. This is some test text. Data size. Oh, I didn't even think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24? I think I counted 24. Whoops. Hey, test. Uh-oh. Thought it would be text, but I guess it's writing it as binary. Or maybe I miscounted. Oh no, it does open it. Okay, yeah, I did miscount, but anyway. Cool. So let me see if I put 22, if it'll just open right away. Yeah, it does. Okay, so if I delete this, yes, I'm sure. I don't know why I had to recompile. All right, so it puts it back, and then it's text. But then I know if I don't put characters in there, it should be binary. All right, so let's test that. Let's see if I have a U32's, let's say SCR equals some value, and then I create to file. We'll call the file high score. The data is the address of score, and the size is whatever the size of a U32 is. All right, so once I write to the file, I'm going to make a U32 val equals 0, and then I'm going to read file into buffer. File name is the same, high score. The data is the address of val, because I want the data to go into there, and it's going to also be, oh no, I need to get the length. Oh, jeez. Okay. So all that compiles. So if I run the debugger and look at the value of val, if it's the same 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4, I'm going to consider that working for now. Great. Job well done. Okay, so now I need to be able to do that from my game. So I need to make more functions in my OS functions thing. So let's do that. Yeah, just do it here. So void write to file. Oops. Takes almost all of this stuff here. Just a regular. I'll call this data size. I really don't have to name these. I keep saying that, but whatever. All right, so oh, I'm right here. So okay, so right here I'm going to say that the game state OS functions dot write to file is the address of this file is write to file, and let's see. All right, so far so good. I should probably move that button over to a more game-like location. Okay, so then I wanted to test out the OS function. So first I probably want to make a high score tracker in the game state. So here, after I set the score to 0, I want to you know what? If the file doesn't exist, and I try to read from the file, I'll just get a message box, right? Let me try it. Let me see. Oh yes, so state OS functions dot write to file. Oh, no, I want to read the file. Read file into buffer. The file is high score. The data, I want it to go into the address of the game state's high score. And then the file length is the size of a U32. Okay, but then if that's, see, that's not going to work though. If I run that, if I compile that, then first I get errors. Oh shoot, I forget. This is an address. Here we go. Okay, but it can't open the file because it doesn't exist yet. So I should come up with a way, the smart way to come up with a way to have it still work if the file doesn't exist. So basically create the file. So I think to do that, I gotta change my function. I gotta actually return a Boolean. Probably should do that for both of these just to be safe. So I'll still do the message box here. But here I don't want to do a message box. I just want to return false. But then here I'll keep the message box because, yeah. Oops, that would be false. All right, so now when I do this, I want to say if not that, then I want to say that the states, no, I want to, yeah, the state OS function write to file. Let's create the high score, and the new high score is oh yeah, that's right. I just do this. States current high score, which would be 0, and then the data size is again size of that. All right, so that should work now. Nope, it's not gonna work. Oh right, I forgot. I gotta change my functions here. So let me move these out of here for aesthetics purposes. Okay, does that make you happy? It do. There we go. The button looks better. Oh yeah, it created the high score. It can't read it because it's all binary data. But let's see, now when I run the game. Okay, so now I should probably display the high score so I can see it. Oh, it's probably in the render game. Yeah, here we go. Oh, actually, forgot I had to do it this way. It's not a debug print. And let's see, we'll make it smaller, and we'll just put it much further to the right. Here we go. All right, so the high score is still 0 because when you die, nothing of that sort happens. So let's see. So that's going to happen here in render game. No. Update obstacles, because that's where I'm doing my collision detection like a genius. All right, so here I'm going to say if state score is greater than state's high score, then you want to make the state's high score equal to the state's score. And I'm gonna just do this here. I'm gonna write the high score every time to every time you die. I'm gonna just write the high score to the file if it's the new high score. State to do os functions dot write to file high score. The data is the address of the state's high score and whatever. Oops. All right, whatever that is. Start. This is the dumbest game. Just want everybody to be aware that I am aware that this game is dumb. Oh, it worked. I got a high score of 750. So now the ultimate test. I close out the game. I rerun it. High score is still 750. That is beautiful. I like to see that. So let's beat the high score, shall we? Oh, I didn't beat the high score. Okay, this is how you do it. Just don't do anything. Okay, I beat the high score. So I can comfortably die now. High score is up to date. And when I close out and rerun it, the high score is again up to date. All right, that's cool. I think that's good progress. I'm gonna go ahead and cross that off the to-do list. All right, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night. But next time, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna put animated meshes above mouse picking. And then I really need to do that at some point to get rid of those bugs. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Let me go ahead and save everything I got here. Git add it all, git commit, button fixes, and more file IO. Push it. Okay, and while that is saving, I will be signing out. Thank you. See you next time.